Man, it gotta feel good to be Coach Prime Deion Sanders right now. As some of you have already heard, there's been a 247 Sports article that came out recently saying that Deion pretty much was in contact with South Florida and Colorado about their head coaching jobs, talking to power brokers and boosters or whatever that means. That's a good thing, but it also is a bad thing because I really hate to see the guy leave Jackson State. He's built so much there in the short time he's been there. This season, they're 11-0, about to go play in the Celebration Bowl, which is the Black College National Championship. And he's doing great things. College Game Day, Good Morning America, the whole nine has been there. But today I want to give you his three options, which is Jackson State, Colorado, or South Florida. I'm going to break down each three and just kind of give you my opinions on each. And at the end, I'm going to give you guys my conclusion on which one I think is the best option. First, Jackson State. As I just mentioned, they came off 11-0 season. They're pretty much the team of America right now. I mean, if you go on the ESPN college football link on YouTube, they're the most viewed team every Saturday. Every time they drop a highlight of Jackson State on their ESPN channel, they get the most views. And this is among Tennessee, Bama, Michigan, all these big-time power schools. So I say that to say that they're a hot team right now. They're always in the media every time they play. LeBron James talking about them. All these athletes talk about them, tweet about them throughout the year. So the situation he has now, even though that they have a lot of buzz and a lot of attention, it's not a very good job far as budget, recruiting, facilities, things of that nature. And Deion has voiced this. I'm sure you guys seen the 60-minute piece when he was talking, and he was just pretty much telling a guy, man, like it's high schools in Texas that look better than this college campus, and it shouldn't be like that. So I think that is what's going to drive Deion out the door more than anything. And he also mentioned his coaches. He want to be able to take care of his coaches a lot better. I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of those coaches are probably not even making $100K to help them out. You know what I mean? And this is a college program. So that's another thing. Deion himself don't need the money at a bigger school, but the ability to help his coaches out, give them more money, have more resources for recruiting so he can be more of a national recruiter. And I think those are things that Jackson State can't get to in a short period of time. They don't have the resources. They don't have millionaire boosters like these bigger schools have, and that's just the reality of the fact. I know some people are going to get mad at me saying that, but I'm just being honest. Like, they don't have the resources to compete with these schools on no level. Not even a school like UCF, not even a school like, I don't know, Georgia Southern. They just don't have those people available. So, okay, moving on to Colorado. In my personal opinion, if Deion wants to take care of his coaches and have the most resources available at a given place, Colorado is it. I mean, we just saw them have a coach that didn't even win a game this year, I don't believe. Transfers, they stunk. The guy was still making over $3 million with a $200,000 pay raise each year that he was supposed to be there, had he finished out his contract. And that's Carl Dorrell, if you guys know. He used to coach at UCLA back in the day. He's been pretty much a mediocre coach. I'm not going to lie to you. He's been nothing great. He got the job because Mel Tucker kind of like, put in a word for him or kind of had him on a pedestal, associate head coach role or whatever, and he got the job and he didn't do anything with it. But Colorado has the facilities. They have an amazing fan base. If they're winning, if they're doing good, that fan base in Colorado is amazing. And they have a history with black players. I know you guys know Rashad Salam, and there was a lot of integration in the 70s, 80s with black players playing at Colorado, black quarterbacks, Cordell Stewart, the whole nine, right? It's a great situation. But the only knock is it's going to be hard for him to come there and win immediately because Deion is more of a southern recruiter in Texas area, and it's going to be hard to get the players on the field within a year to compete with the USCs and the Oregons of the world. They already got a head start. They got tons of resources. They're getting guys in. So I think the Colorado situation is best financially. It's a great job as far as being at a Power 5 school, having the resources for recruiting, having all that. But it's going to be a bit of a challenge to get guys to go to Colorado and play for him when they can probably go make more money at Alabama, LSU, and play in the SEC. Not saying he's not going to get any 5-star players, guys. I'm not stupid. I know this is Deion Sanders. He's going to get some 4 stars. He's going to get a couple 5 stars here and there. But what I'm saying is it's going to be a lot tougher to sway kids to go to Colorado without significant NIL money when they can just stay home in the South and play at these SEC schools. Okay, so that's my opinion on Colorado. Good situation, not great. As far as recruiting and building and living there. Deion's not a Colorado guy. I'm just going to be honest with you. I don't see him wanting to live in a freezing cold environment when it's snowing a lot, stuff like that. Not saying he won't take the job because money talks, and like he said, he can be able to take care of his coaches a lot better out of these three options than any other place. The last one I'm going to talk to you guys about is South Florida, and this is my personal favorite. Even though he won't make as much money as he would at Colorado, it's a slam dunk home run location. You in Tampa, Florida. I mean, shit, the guy can just go drive 30, 40 minutes around his own city and find 4-star and 5-star players. I mean, hell, the #1 defensive end in the country, Keon Neely, is from Tampa. He plays at Berkeley Prep High School. So that is a very, very good situation. In my personal opinion, you're in Florida. I mean, you're in the South. You got Georgia, Alabama. It's all border states. You got Louisiana to the left. I mean, it's just an all-around good area. And not to mention that Deion is from Fort Myers, Florida. He grew up there, played at Florida State. He probably has lots of teammates that coaches throughout the state, a lot of connections all over the state. And he'll be able to get these 5-star players to come to South Florida. Because of the NIL situations with him being Deion, more companies will look to, invest and sign players that go to South Florida. Don't me knock, it's probably the coach's salary. It's not a ton of money. We just saw the coach that just got fired this year, Jeff Scott, longtime Clemson offensive coordinator. He was making about $2 million a year. For an everyday person, that's a lot of damn money. But to Deion, it's not like a lot. It's not so much money to where he has to leave Jackson State to go take it. I believe at Jackson State his salary is like around $500K now, but they give raises, I guess, each year at South Florida. So the longer he stays at South Florida, the more he wins, the more money he'll get. And also, I feel like South Florida is a situation where he can walk in the door and have immediate success. I'm talking about 9-10 wins his first season success, because as soon as he walk in the door, he's gonna flip a couple guys. He's gonna get a couple 4-stars, and you gotta realize this also. Like UCF, Houston, I believe one more school, Cincinnati, they're all going to the Big 12. So they're gonna be the king of the American Conference by far. And it's gonna be a similar situation to Jackson State, where they're just gonna be blowing out teams in that conference, play for the conference championship pretty much every year, and be in that top 15, top 20, maybe even fringe top 10 rankings yearly. It's going to be hard for them to get into playoffs unless it expands, which I believe it is in a couple of years anyway. But South Florida is the ideal, perfect slam dunk home run hire. I mean, just from recruiting, like I just mentioned, guys, the coach's salary isn't great, but it's damn sure not bad either. He'll be able to pay his coaches a lot more. They have good facilities. The Tampa Bay Bucks are there, so he can have, Tom Brady come help out his son Shador, which I'm sure will be the quarterback. And it's just a lot better for Deion. Deion will love the weather. He will love Tampa. Tampa's a beautiful city. It's my personal favorite city in Florida. And it's just a lot better. And I think more recruits would love to come play in Tampa. They would love to be there with Deion in Tampa. I'm just going to say that again. They would love to come to Tampa and play. That's when these SC schools need to worry if he does end up at South Florida, because if I have a chance to go play at Tuscaloosa, Alabama for Nick Saban, it's not a shot. This is how these kids really think. Or go play in Tampa, Florida, beaches, sunshine, beautiful weather, NFL team there, beautiful women, just everything you can think of, nice restaurants, and play with Deion Sanders at a Division I school, make good NIL money, be on TV a lot. I would rather take that. The only difference is you may be able to play for a national championship at Alabama, but other than that, your exposure and everything else at South Florida playing for Deion will be a lot better, and you'll have a lot more fun doing it in Tampa. So those are my 3 situations, and my personal opinion is South Florida is by far the best situation for recruiting, weather, just everything. Recruits in his backyard, literally in the city he's in, Tampa, and you can go left, right, north, south, anywhere within like 2-hour radius of that place. And you'll have a wealth of talent. I mean, Mario Williams is from that area, Vernon Hargraves. I mean, I can name players for 2-3 hours that are from that Tampa area itself. And I'm not even mentioning Miami, Jacksonville, Orlando, Central Florida, Panhandle, all that area. I'm not even mentioning any of that, Georgia. That's just where he's at. So you guys let me know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe, and holler at your boy.